Hello, knife lovers. Welcome back to Knife Delights. Today I'd like to do a response to RJ Knives open tag on liner locks. So I pulled out a few of my knives here. I have a little different take on liner locks than I've seen some of the other videos on the liner locks in the response. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts here. I want to start out with a folding karambit knife. It is a liner lock. This is the only folding karambit I have, or any karambit knife that I have. I don't even remember who the maker is. I don't know what the steel is. But it's not bad. I'm sure it's a Chinese-made knife. But it actually locks up pretty good. And it is a nice, crisp assist on that knife. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about what I call novelty knives. Sometimes they're referred to as truck stop knives, flea market knives. They're, the lower end of the spectrum on knife quality. And I find that it just seems like liner locks are found on more of the cheaper knives than they are on the high-end knives. There's pros and cons to a liner lock. For me, it's the weakest lock system that there is. And what I wanted to point out is I am a former peace officer, so my wife bought me this police knife. Made by Maxim. Don't know what the blade steel is. Again, this is not a knife that I would buy to carry and to use. But it is nice for a collectible. But if you can see this liner lock right here, it barely catches the edge of the blade there. Now on most knives there's an adjustment screw here, and sometimes you can adjust the blade just a little bit, and it helps creep the liner lock over more towards the center. But you run the risk of, if you have to tighten it in order to move the blade, by the time you get it moved over, the blade's so tight that you can't even open it. So with all liner locks, if you're going to buy one, if you're in an actual knife store, I would get that particular knife and open it up and just see where it lines up. This is one of the reasons why I don't trust liner locks as much as other knives, or other knife locks. Here's another one. Assisted opening. It's a big beast of a knife, made by Artec. And it's a rescue knife. It's big, it's heavy. I don't carry it, even though it does have a pocket clip. It's just too big and bulky and heavy to carry. However, when I was patrolling, I'd keep this in my patrol bag as a backup knife, because you can cut seat belts and so on and such forth. But again, it's just a nice collectible knife. And the wife bought me this one here too, as I am a former sailor, retired from the U.S. Navy. And this one actually locks up pretty good. So those knives are special. Thank you, dear, for thinking of me and getting them for me. Here's a little knife here. This is the Kershaw Shuffle, sometimes called the Kershaw Shuffle. I used to carry this quite a bit as a secondary knife. It's got a nice blade on there for opening boxes and cutting cardboard. It does have a bottle opener, lanyard hole, perhaps a little pry bar there. But this is one where I had difficulty getting it adjusted. And it doesn't show it real good on camera, but it is pretty much to the left side of that blade, so it's not catching real well. I tried to adjust it some. If I got it got the blade so it opened really smooth, then the liner lock did not line up with it. And so I'm just telling you, be careful with your liner locks. This is a CRKT. It's the M21. A lot of people are familiar with the M16. It was a very popular knife. They sold a lot of them. This is a little bit bigger model. And it's got a big long blade. It's hard to open because it is such a long pull on there. But this is a little, I won't say high-end knife, but a little more expensive of a knife. And it does have the liner lock. And this one actually has a feature on here. It's got a double lock, which some people don't like, but you have to pull this little button back here first so that you can engage the liner lock. Okay, everyone by now probably knows that I'm a big buck knives fan. Well, I'll save that one for last. This is a buck exert. It's a Walmart, I think Walmart exclusive knife. It's made in China. Costs around $23 to $25, somewhere in there. But I'm going to tell you, it's a very nice knife. Nice and smooth. Nice blade on it. Liner lock locks up pretty good on this. This almost falls into the category of a fidget knife because it's nice and smooth. Easy to open and close one-handed. It has that nice modified clip point style blade on it. Rubberized grips. So for an inexpensive knife, it does pretty good. And now, my favorite liner lock. This is the Buck 279 Folding Alpha Hunter. And it is buttery smooth. So smooth. This one was made in 2002, which is the 100th anniversary year for buck knives. So you can see here it just has the anvil and USA on it. It doesn't even have the model number. And there's no symbol for the year manufactured. It's a beast of a knife. This is steel with a rubberized type grip on it. And it too is a beast. It comes in at 8 ounces. So if you're a backpacker looking to save weight, this is not the knife. But it is a great, great knife. There's one feature here that is both a plus and a minus to the knife. And if you can see here, the tab there, the top part of the liner lock, it sticks way up. It makes it very easy to push over. It makes it very easy to close the knife. The bad part is, or the negative is, you have to watch where you place your finger here. If you place it up in here, it is kind of a hot spot. So just something to keep in mind. Super, super smooth. It just takes no effort to open it. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And I don't even remember, did I do my hat tip? I was going to do a hat tip here to RJ. Thanks for this opportunity to make a video and respond to you. Keep looking for those knives, folks.